This NBA playoffs edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a $25 deposit bonus.
I pity the fool that don't listen to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Arrgh.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dogs.
Hello, Sean.
Ryan, what happened to your Josh Hart jersey? You were wearing it earlier.
I'm well, as you often get mad. I'm not promoting the merch store enough. I decided to put on a sweatshirt.
Oh,
Got a little cold in here.
Refs are terrorists.
Got a little cold. This is the very nice Under Armour version of it.
Promo code DJ and get you 20% off.
I'm feeling very high performance in my Refs are terrorists hoodie. Thank you for asking.
Unfortunately,
underneath, if you must ask.
Yeah. There it is, the Josh Hart jersey,
And it might come out later. We'll see how I'm feeling. But right now, it's cool in here, and the refs did a great job. The refs didn't matter in the game, but the refs have been horrible the entire series. Like, you could argue the refs haven't decided a single game, and yet they managed to be so horrible to not call anything and allow them to just completely hammer each other for a bit, and then be like, nope. Now we're going to turn on the easy fouls, and they're going to call like a flurry of quick fouls, get teams in the bonus. If I mean, of course I know the league's not fixed.
No, never.
The intelligence required is just not over there.
Well, and I
come on, if I didn't know, if I didn't have the intelligence to know it wasn't fixed, my God.
But you think you're claiming it was? I got
Pat McAfee on the mic to start the game. We're basically at a wrestling event at this point.
I thought it was. They've been, especially in this series, it feels like they've been all over the place with calling it tight and then letting them play and then calling it tight and going back and
Here's
forth.
my thing.
I mean, Jalen Brunson, Ryan, has had a ton of bad calls.
I have a take.
Yeah.
You can complain that Jalen Brunson is very effective at drawing fouls, but you then also can't. He was getting manhandled compared to some of the other stuff going on. Just on every time he comes up the court, for some reason, it's okay for his defender to fully lean on him with a forearm. Everyone else is getting that call. So.
Well, I think they called everything early and then they adjusted.
No, it's not even like that though. That's what doesn't make sense. They flip the switch. They have if you went and look at the foul log, they're all in these clusters. It's very strange. Again, it probably did not have an effect on the game, but for those who are complaining about Brunson, stop. Just stop. Just stop. Miles Turner's on your team. Just stop. Some of the theatrics that goes on. And they're
talking about Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, they're obviously trying to get under his skin.
Is zesty passing,
but you can't. I mean, they're playing patty cake over there, and if Cat hits Miles Turner, it's a foul, and if Miles Turner hits Cat, it's not. It's the strangest thing. Like clearly there is an agenda, I would say, with what the refs are doing.
But I don't know what their agenda is.
Well, I think their agenda is to keep the game from getting out of control. That's the only way you can explain a flurry of calls and then no calls for like 8 minutes.
Yeah, maybe that's the angle, because there's been a lot of favorable calls in the series for the Knicks and vice versa, obviously for the Pacers. So I'm on the Pacers for the series, so I've been kind of biased.
Look at how many free throws both teams have taken. It's ridiculous. Also, for a team, for the historic comebacks that have happened for both teams, for that to be possible, the refs have to be cooperating. Well, they can't give you
Inside
a momentum.
job.
You can't give them a momentum stopping charge. You can't call that travel, even though it was clearly 4 steps, and you just can't make those calls. So you let it go. And they're part of it. It's just like the refs in wrestling, right? They're whispering in the ears, like, "Okay, let's go. It's time."
They're in on it. They're in on it.
Uh,
Hey, we got some new sound drops, and of course.
That is a disgusting act.
This week's disgusting act comes courtesy of our good buddy Kevin Harlan. Ryan, why don't it's always fun to play the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then we show you what we cut down to the drop.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
And that's what I'm talking about. Good action right there. I'm wet. I'm dirty. Oh my! Stuff all over the place, and here comes Brunson again.
One more time.
I don't know,
One more
Ryan,
time. One more time. This is Kevin Harlan, of course, on the call
with Reggie
for the Knicks Pacers.
And that's what I'm talking about. Good action right there. I'm wet. I'm dirty. Oh my! Stuff all over the place, and here comes Brunson again.
I mean, even
Stuff all over the place.
If we wanted to do the long version, I'm wet, I'm dirty. There's stuff all over the place. But to me, the short version is just perfect. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton.
I'm wet.
He was wet the entire night shooting that shit. When I get a night ace 3 against nice 11 against a dealer 6 in blackjack,
I'm wet.
it's. I mean, this thing. I'm gonna get. I might wear out the button, Ryan, because that thing is just.
It's
awesome.
pretty good. It's pretty
all timer. Hey, also a little news. We got a.
Wait, hold on. Is that any kind of poem? I'm wet. I'm dirty.
A poem.
Yeah, was Kevin Harlan doing poetry?
Is he close to a haiku?
It's not it's not quite. You need a couple more syllables in there. I'm wet. I'm dirty.
All right.
It's all over the place.
Ryan's gonna do it at open mic night. I'm wet. I'm dirty. It's all over the place.
You need more pause. More pause.
We almost need
I'm
to get
wet.
get it done as
dirty.
like a cross stitch or something. That would be fun. Hey, reminder: we're ripping cards. Kramer and I are in the pack breaking business with our buddy Daps, teaming up with them. We're doing a live pack break next Monday night, 8:30 Pacific. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/break. You can get your favorite team 10% off. And of course, if you don't know, it's pretty simple. We open up this huge case of cards, and then whatever team you bought, you get those cards. So. It's a 2024 team, so you're chasing after the rookies, like the Washington Commanders are available. They're one of the more expensive teams because you're hoping to hit big on one of those Jaden Daniels rookies.
Do you want an update on the teams that have been sold?
Sure. What do we?
Broncos gone. Raiders gone. Chargers gone.
Well, Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers, yeah.
Who's Chargers?
Lad McConkey.
Lad, you're right, Lad.
Giants.
How is Ryan? We have New England fans. How is Drake May, who I've been told has been the greatest quarterback of all time? How is that Minnesota Vikings? You guys think JJ McCarthy is going to win the Super Bowl? How have you not got
Still
his
available.
pack yet?
Giants, Jets, and Eagles, of course, taken by us.
Yep.
Niners and Bucks gone. Interesting.
Jalen McMillan. So
did you hear what Jalen McMillan had to say about Ibuka?
No.
That he was super impressed by him, and one of the reasons why was he knows damn half the playbook already. So, all right, Jalen McMillan.
Let's bring on our guys here from the NBA Gambling Podcast, Mr. Scott Reichelt, NBA and WNBA, and as well as Terrell Furman, aka Villain Rel. Gentlemen, thanks for hopping on the line. We'll start with you, Terrell. You are a noted Knicks fan, passionate about this team, this run they've been on. You have the floor. How are we feeling?
It was a fun run, and it was a fun ride.
Oh,
and,
wow!
Great reverse jinx.
And no, it's not even a reverse jinx. There's actually no chance of the Knicks coming back down 3-1 like that. That just doesn't happen. And you know what? It's cool. It's all right. I may never get this feeling of almost again. And so it was fun to enjoy it while it lasted. I would have loved to send that weirdo Halliburton or Farman dude home. But you know what? It is what it is. James Dolan's skeletons are cursing this team, and the Knicks are never going to win a championship while James Dolan is the owner. And I knew that. I allowed this run of this team and these Villanova guys to make me cloud that was going to happen.
Nova Knicks.
I knew like the Knicks are never going to win a title with James Dolan as the owner. Like that's fact.
Sean,
Well,
let me be the first to just. I mean, the pain that the NBA is about to go through with how few people are going to watch in these tiny cities.
Clay Travis is he is rock hard because he loves shitting on the NBA ratings. And he's already like, oh yeah, Thunder. Meanwhile, the Thunder have a bunch of exciting players. They have the MVP. They have Halliburton, who's looked great. Spicy P.
Hot take, but I kind of see why Halliburton got most overrated.
Really?
Kind of see.
I think that's a bad take.
Had a historic triple double and was a nobody in the game.
Oh, come on. He is the first player with 30 points, 15 assists, and 0 turnovers
Watch the whole
in a
game.
playoff game.
It just didn't pop.
No,
Didn't pop.
Yeah, that's crazy. Scott
Didn't pop.
Reichel is a level-headed gentleman who doesn't let his team biases factor into his handicapping. Scott, Tyrese Halliburton is not overrated, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I feel like the argument would be where you'd put him now, and you could argue after this playoff run, maybe he will become overrated, but he's not overrated right now. The fact that he got voted by a couple of NBA personnel, it was like 7 people or so. It wasn't many people, but the point is that he was voted most overrated. I think that's nuts. But I do think Halliburton has had himself a great playoff run. Of course, he had the series clinching sequence there against the Bucks.
Yeah,
he had a great run against the Cavaliers. That crazy shot he had in Game 2. He's had a monster postseason. I don't think he's overrated. I think he's very good. Would you argue that he's a top 10 guy in the league? I wouldn't say that, but some people now might make the argument, and that's why he might become overrated. But he's definitely not overrated right now. He's a very good point guard.
Yeah. I just saw a crazy reaction from you, Terrell. You're sweating out some WNBA action. You and Scott host the WNBA Gambling Podcast. What are we sweating out here?
Well, my lock was Mercury laying 7, and they just had a 7-point lead. Or they had a 5-point lead, and Satu Sabali just got destroyed underneath the basket. And that's what I was referring to because she didn't get the foul call that would have sent her to the line and further helped my cover. And now it looks like the cover's not coming through. So another lock loss.
Yeah. Oh, well, you guys have been crushing the underdog entries and good transition. Of course, head over to Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code SGPN. The extender promo is awesome. Each game, the profit boost goes up as the series goes on. So hopefully we get Scott Foster, we get some 7-game series, because then you can cash like a crazy amount. Like I think the profit boost got up to like 100% on the Underdog Fantasy.
I was gonna say they're gonna have to work to get these ones to 7.
Well, we'll see, Ryan. We'll see. I mean, yeah, both teams kind of back against the wall, but you look at that Knicks series and the Pacers series. The Knicks have been great on the road. It'll be interesting to see if they can save their season backs against the wall. But get in over at Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code SGPN. Get you the 100% deposit match up to $1,000. And of course, Edge Boost, the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums. Earn cashback rewards. 100% approval on betting deposits. Sign up today. edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN, deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match the deposit. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. All right, Kramer, let's talk. We got a couple games coming up here. Wednesday, Thursday action. Game 6 here, or sorry, Game 5. Timberwolves, Thunder. What's the number? What are we looking at?
So you didn't want to talk about how Siakam had a better plus minus this year than Halliburton on his own team.
Well,
not an alpha dog.
But
Overrated.
I mean,
overrated.
Who is
overrated?
For you to be overrated, people have to be saying you're like a top 10 player. No one was saying that about Halliburton.
I don't listen to other people.
Well, then
I'm just letting you know.
How can you say he's overrated?
Because the announcer Reggie Miller speaks about him like he's a superstar.
Well, Reggie Miller's a Pacers guy. What do you expect?
Just saying. All right, Game 5 again. If so, they don't. Shout out to the NBA. They they book their stadiums and they stick to their schedule. So if we run out of games, the finals will not start until the 5th, I believe, Sean.
Yep.
So let's pray for the underdogs here. Timberwolves down 3-1, catching 8.5 on the road, plus 280 on the money line. 220.5 is the total. Scott, will we see an extension of this series?
I'm going to say no. I think it's over. Now, you can argue Minnesota maybe finds a way to capture some of the energy they had in game 3. I don't see it. Randall quit in another game. We'll see how he looks in the next game, but Ant had 2 shot attempts the entire first half. That can't happen.
How does that happen that he only gets 2 shot attempts off the line? You want to talk about someone who's overrated? People are talking about Ant like he's Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was never held to 2 attempts. I mean, he got locked up in the torture chamber and he never came out. Scott, what happened to Ant there in the first half?
He talked about it briefly in the post-game presser where he talked about how they were sending extra bodies. I don't care. You took 2 shots in a conference finals game.
Come on.
Like I don't buy that for a second. I'll put it this way. I think Ant's a very good player, but he's in these face of the league conversations that he has no business being in.
Yeah.
I get that he's a fun personality. I get that, of course, his sound bites are great. I understand he's a very entertaining basketball player because the athleticism, the Jordan resemblance, etc. But he's not as good as Shea. He's not as good as Joker. He's not as good as Giannis. What are we doing here? Like, I think he's a very solid player. I don't think that he's a truly inner circle elite guy. And I feel like that's been kind of exposed so far in the series. But to answer your question, with that crowd atmosphere in OKC, I think it's a wrap, personally. OKC this postseason has been almost unbeatable at home, with the exception of game 1 against Denver, where they choked away a massive lead. They should have won that game too. They've been okay on the road, but they're at home again. I think it's over. Randall might no-show, Ant maybe no-shows, but the point is I don't trust their stars enough to go into that environment and win unless there's a massive help from the refs, which I don't see happening. I'll go with the Thunder. I think they coast pretty easily in this game.
So you like OKC laying the number, Scott?
I do. I think they win by like 15. I think Minnesota maybe hangs in there, but if OKC punches them in the mouth, I'm not sure this team responds on the road the way they would at home. So I think OKC wins comfortably.
Yeah, I was doing the math. I go, well, I liked OKC's team total over. I like the under on the Timberwolves team total. I guess I'll just take, because they haven't. I mean, their offense hasn't looked good those first 2 games in Oklahoma City, and Oklahoma City's defense. I mean, game 4 they came out and were really locking the Timberwolves down. Obviously, the Timberwolves, the role players carried them late and made that a competitive game. But I don't see that happening on the road in this spot. Any props you like for that game, Scott?
So for the props, do I think Randall's about to no-show another game? Because his under on the RA has been just printing money the entire series. And they keep bumping it down, but it keeps not mattering because he just keeps going under the number. I might go back to it at this one. It's still at 11.5. It's at minus 135 though, kind of juicy, but I still like it. He's had a less than 11 in 4 straight. Been a complete non-factor when it comes to these 2 areas the entire series. I'll run it back again. I think it's a good spot for Randall to go under, and I do wonder if it's going to be tough. Is he going to quit again? It's possible. So,
all right. So you wait. What is? Hold on. What's Randall's RA?
It's at 11.5.
11.5.
Terrell might be watching birth being given over there.
I'm wet.
Terrell, what's going on over there? You got to update us. What's the sweat on the WNBA?
Oh, I had Sparks team total over 81.5, and it just came in at 82 in the last second.
All right,
let's get it.
Well done.
I like that.
Well done.
It's always on a gambling show. You can interrupt only if it's you sweating out another bet. Terrell, how do you see this game going between T-Wolves Thunder?
Oh yeah, I think T-Wolves are done. that was a lot of breakdown, and I appreciate Scott, but I'll just go ahead and give it to you quick. I think it's over for them because I don't know how they're going to be able to score on the road here. Like, I think that's where OKC is most dangerous, is that defense. And when you get that defense in that home environment and all those fans are going crazy and you're sitting there trying to figure out, man, where are the points going to come from? Yeah, maybe Anthony Edwards can play in an environment like that. Maybe even Julius Randle can play in an environment like that. But all the Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dante DiVincenzo, like all the guys on the bench, Jay McDaniels might not be shooting the ball as efficiently. Like all the help that they got in that game 4 that they really, really should have won, they're not going to get the help on the road here. So I think it's over for them.
Adam Osimo had that question. The Alexander Walker 10+ points -105. He's been on a streak of 4 games going over his point prop. It goes up 1 each time. He's averaging 15 points, 51.2% shooting against the Thunder. I mean, it's like I don't want to fade it, but man, he really went off in that last game. That might be tough to keep that. It's almost like his hot hand is due to crash out. But Terrell, do you like that? You like that over? You said you didn't think he'd be able to do it again on the road.
Yeah, I just don't think in this spot where I feel like OKC's defense is going to be lights out. Like they've given up a lot of points going on the road here, and they've been so different at home, so much better at home defensively. And so I don't know. I think they key in on Alexander Walker a little bit. They see he has the hot hand. They say, all right, let's kind of try to take this guy away. Let's not give them that extra hope. So I don't like it this game just because he's been so hot. And I think this is a OKC, not OKC, but a Timberwolves team total under kind of game.
What about prop wise? Any player props jumping at you, Terrell?
Well, believe it or not, I say all of that, and I still don't think Anthony Edwards is going down quietly. Like, I think he's going to be the person to have a game. It's just going to be nobody else. Like, that's where the defense is going to come in, and they're going to key in on everybody else. And maybe Anthony Edwards goes out there and has one of his games that he's had over the course of this playoffs, but it's not going to be enough for this team. So I would like a little bit of reverse correlation there in saying that, hey, maybe Anthony Edwards has a good game, but I don't think anybody else on the Minnesota Timberwolves is going to be able to have a good game. They're all probably going to shoot threes and probably be cold. Anthony Edwards is going to get inside the paint. He's going to get fouled, and he's going to be able to score that way. But in terms of everybody else, I really don't think so.
Yeah, I had been playing almost all series, or I didn't play last game, but Anthony Edwards, the over rebounds assists have just been money. They finally moved it up to 13.5 last game, which was good because I stayed away. He only had 10. Now it's back to 12.5. Do we go rebounds assists? Do we do points? What do you like playing of Ant in that game?
We still like the rebounds. The rebounds have been really good. Me and Scott are sweating a 40-1 on Ant, leading rebounder in the series. And so he had a little bit of a down game, but I think it's really good here. He had 3 games straight, Scott, earlier in that series. So I like Ant over the rebounds. I like Ant over points, rebounds, points. I think that's how I would play it.
All right. So Ant over 7.5 rebounds. And then let's see, points, rebounds. I'm seeing.
Yeah, so 9, 9, 9, and 4. 9, 9, 9.
Yeah, his rebounds have been good. I just don't know if maybe you put in the assists, but all right. So Ant over 34.5 points, rebounds, over 7.5 rebounds. I'm with you guys. As much as I want to get contrarian here and this Timberwolves team, this Oklahoma City team, they are just a machine at home. They haven't covered a spread ATS, I don't think, on the road. Which part of it is just their power rating or whatever they use to set the line. It's so crazy, but I will take OKC laying the 8.5, and then a player prop I like. Give me Lou Dort over 7.5 points. The Dorture Chamber. He is just the classic over guy at home, under guy on the road. He's 6-2 to this number of 7.5 in the playoffs so far. I think he gets he feels comfortable hitting the threes. You can play his over 1.5 threes. I don't know what's better, the 7.5 points or just the over 1.5 threes. But Lou Dort will hit a couple threes, get to the line, he'll get his 8 points. So I like that. And OKC -8.5. Maybe I'll toss in the Ant rebounds and assists. But Kramer, what are you doing in this game?
Well, first of all,
yeah,
the series is obviously over. So, is there any value at looking at the MVP market?
Oh, yeah, good angle
for OKC, since technically we still have guys like Ant Edwards at 5-1, or whatever his MVP price. Hold on, that's his
5-1.
No, not that.
I would not take that.
That's his first basket price. I was trolling it. That was the next thing I want to talk about. All right. So Shea is -380
to be Finals MVP
right now.
Yeah.
And then we have Jalen Williams at 34-1, Chet at 85-1, Anthony Edwards is 44-1, by the way. If you did want to take,
I don't think that's a good bet.
Is there? So the first question obviously is someone not named Shea gonna win?
Well, toss in the Pacers guys, Ryan, because we'll get to those.
Halliburton 550, Siakam 28-1, Miles Turner 200-1.
See, maybe Siakam at 28-1, but I don't even know. Like taking Halliburton at plus 550. I mean, you could them to win the championship right now is plus 550, and I don't think Halliburton. Obviously he should be the favorite for that team, but at plus 550, that's I betting that now. I think that's a bad idea.
Siakam
he's not guaranteed MVP. That basically implies if they win, he's guaranteed MVP.
Which is no,
he's not guaranteed MVP.
Is SGA guaranteed?
Yes.
I mean, certainly way strong.
Who is doing any better than 30 points a game?
Jalen Williams is not going to win.
He also won the MVP. What would it take for him to not win it?
Not be 30 points a game.
Andre Iguodala joining the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Well, and
who's the Andre Iguodala on this
but
team?
also too, like if there's a guy on the Thunder defense, like Dort or Chet or Hartenstein or whoever, and like does a good job.
Dort 500-1, Caruso 500-1.
Oh my gosh!
But if they do a good job shutting down Halliburton, it's not like they'll go, oh well. I mean,
no, because Halliburton isn't even in that high regard.
Yeah,
at least
exactly.
Andre Iguodala shut down LeBron James.
Yes. Yeah,
like you shut down Tyrese Halliburton. Like,
no one's getting it. Scott is there.
Dort shuts down Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
That might actually be.
No, 500-1. I'm just giving you a scenario.
All right. Well, then the Knicks would have to get there
you
first.
Like a good number.
No, I would rather take Quinn Ewers, Rookie of the Year.
So so it sounds like we don't
300 to 1.
Yeah, all Tua has to do is get a little hurt.
Oh,
and that offense.
Oh no,
I'm getting a paper ticket.
300 to 1.
no MVP then. We don't like MVP.
I would consider sprinkling on Siakam, but that would be the only one that I think makes sense there. Scott, do you like any MVP stuff now?
No, I mean the only option you could have is maybe setting up an arbitrage with Shea and with Halliburton, but then if somebody else wins, you're double screwed. But I think it's going one of the stars. The issue you run into for J-Dub, for example, is the usage that Shea has. Because even when he has off games, still ends up with 30. He goes to the line 10 times. He'll get you some rebounds, some assists as well. His stat lines are too well rounded. He had 49 and 10 the last game on the road. Like it's tough to match up. He's going to have that one monster game. And even J-Dub had a great game. He had 30 plus points. And nobody cared because Shea had 40 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. So Shea will win it if the Thunder end up winning the title, unless there's an injury, of course. And I think Halliburton wins it too. Because if Indiana wins, he probably averages around 10 assists. He'll have some solid games in there. Siakam, even though I acknowledge has been having some great games, like we saw in game 2 against the Knicks, he also sometimes will go invisible.
Yeah.
Which can be a bit of a problem. And the fact is the ball's always in Halliburton's hands, trying to set stuff up for other guys. I think it's one of those two guys. So if you want to go for an arbitrage, you can do that. But I just see star power getting it in this one.
You want a great clip?
Sure. What do you got?
SGA is going to win Finals MVP plus 380. Guarantee.
Wait, you say plus 380?
Yeah, do it again with minus 380.
Minus 380.
Oh, it was minus 380?
Yeah, come on.
If it was plus 380,
yeah,
we would have bet the farm if it was plus 380. But no,
minus 380.
It makes sense though because they're up 3-1. They're favored by 8.5, and I think we all agree. No offense to Indiana or the Knicks, in theory.
Yeah.
Whoever wins the Western Conference series would be a pretty decent favorite over the Eastern Conference. That's kind of the common consensus. So you agree with that?
They might beat the Pacers. Well, if the Knicks play, it's a game. But they might beat the Pacers in 5.
The reputation, though, of each conference is whoever wins the West should just dust whoever's in the East. And that's what people have been saying for months. That's why Shea's minus 380.
I think Terrell might be rattled because he was going to war with the Cowboys fans on social media all day.
Yep.
It was, and I was chiming in. It was great. Terrell was on the Steffi Smalls podcast. Check that show out. Smash that subscribe button. And
Are Cowboys fans back?
Oh, they are. Look at this, Ryan.
My God.
They're still going.
Look at this. Look at the. We got our filters aren't strong enough. David snuck in saying next year the Cowboys win it all. The Eagles are trash.
I'll take that. Well, I agree with part of that statement. I'll take the bet on the other part.
But Terrell was talking smack on George Pickens, and then all these
Was
Cowboys.
that talking smack or was
It
that
wasn't
talking
even
facts?
Yeah, a little bit of both, because the point of if you're a Tomlin receiver and you leave the Steelers, it usually doesn't end up well. And people are like, all these Cowboys fans had the same talking points. It was like politics where they all cited that three of those receivers won Super Bowls. Yeah. Juju Smith-Schuster with Patrick Mahomes.
True.
Antonio Brown with Tom Brady.
True.
And then
I never figured out who the last one was.
Wait, who was the other one?
Let's see. Receiver that left and won a Super Bowl.
Might have been Emmanuel Sanders with the Broncos.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
But it was like, guys, come on, let's be realistic. For the most part, they've done worse once he lets them go, and they get super crazy.
Well, it's not even about that. This is how you know they're doing the defense attorney thing, because it's just the crazy shit.
Yeah.
It's like you're pointing at you're citing a stat that includes Antonio Brown as a positive leaving Tomlin's care.
Like he had like 40 catches that year. Sure. He was dominant when he was.
Do you not remember how he left the field?
Yeah.
And I feel like they also didn't watch the clip.
No.
Because I definitely was talking about the team, the receiving yards. So all of the championship stuff means nothing if he doesn't get over 900 receiving yards.
Yeah, no, your whole point was take his under receiving yards. It was so great. And it was a great time to, I kept saying obvious downgrading quarterback that, Mason Rudolph, Russell Wilson, much better than Dak. That really got them very angry. So it was a fun day online, Ryan, interacting with the fans via social
glad
media.
you had fun.
Kramer, you didn't give out your pick. What are you picking for this game?
Oh, I'm on OKC, like I said.
Laying the
That's
8
why
now.
we were discussing the MVP. Maybe I'll find a cute way to get a money line and some parlays out there. Actually, you know what? I'll wait for in game. Maybe a better opportunity in game for me.
Okay.
First, I wonder what a parlay of the Cowboys not to win the Super Bowl and SGA to win MVP would pay.
Well,
does that get us closer to? Does that get us closer
minus 360 instead of minus 380?
No, it's still minus 380. It hasn't moved at all.
I would say probably like 290.
Yeah. What do you minus 380 times 1 is still minus 380. So I don't know if they hang mathematical certainties over at the sports.
But they don't have to wait all the way until February to collect, and that's just.
What do we think the no on the Cowboys is?
Minus 5,000.
I mean,
it's going to be more than that. I got to think of what they are to win. What are they to win the Super Bowl though? What are they like?
Probably 20-ish to 1. Yeah. All right, pull that up over at Circa. And while you're doing that, I'll remind people they should enter to win a awesome free trip to the Circa Sportsbook. That's right. The ultimate fantasy football experience. Win a draft party in Vegas. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. 2-night stay for you and 11 friends. Legacy Club welcome party. $5,000 cabana credit over at Stadium Swim. You get the Legacy Club party. You get the limo to and from the airport. It is awesome. And again, like you and your 11 friends should all enter, because then whatever your times 12 your chances to win this free trip. Circa's awesome. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. And if you're going there just to hang out, promo code SGP15 get you 15% off Circa, the D, Golden Gate. All great places there downtown. And of course, Circa Million, Circa Survivor, $22.5 million guaranteed. Get in on the contest there as well. And of course, we're also brought to you by Rhythm. your home for AI backed picks and props. Been loving Rhythm. Very helpful tool for dominating the NBA playoffs. The gentlemen, Terrell and Scott, were just talking about the WNBA, how well they've been doing with their underdog fantasy plays. I'm sure they're using their WNBA models because they have WNBA, NBA, MLB, golfing. They got it all. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Get you your 7-day free trial today. And the first play Rhythm likes Jalen Williams under 27.5 points and assists. Jalen Williams under 27.5 points and assists. They also like Lou Dort over a half assist. That's a fun sweat there over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Last but not least, of course, mybookie.ag. Use the promo code SGPN. Get you 100% deposit match up to $1,000. The MyBookie money bag, the easy deposit, easy withdrawals over at mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. Kramer, what do we got in the next game?
Before we do that, I am going to also take Hartenstein on the first basket.
Okay.
I realize that with the seasons coming to an end here,
what's his price at
8-1.
Okay. All right. It's a fun sweat.
I'm just
You
going to
want Chet?
Chet is 6. You're telling me I should switch?
I just feel like lob early. They win the tip. Early lob to the basket to the big Chet. Long arms. I know Hartenstein's around there too, but Chet's been really good.
Oh damn! He's put me in a real pickle. Do I have to?
Now what do you do, Ryan?
I'm gonna hold.
Hold the line.
Hold.
You always got to go with your first instinct.
By the way, Cowboys at the beautiful circa that you were just talking about, Sean.
Yeah.
Yes, to win the NFL championship is 45-1. No.
What?
No.
I'm gonna say no is minus 8,000.
Minus 25,000.
Oh.
So you bet $25,000
to win 100.
To win 100 on the Cowboys not to win the Super Bowl.
It's a guaranteed win. Yeah, it's a guaranteed win.
Ryan, we always do one big future bet. Maybe this is our future bet. Instead of entering,
this will be great.
Instead of entering the Grandissimo for $100,000, we just put $100,000 on the Cowboys not to win the Super Bowl.
To win $400.
Yeah, why not? It's a free $400.
Oh, this is the greatest content ever. We pretend like we're doing Grandissimo.
Yeah, the last second. Sorry, guys. Cowboys, no Super Bowl.
Oh shit!
Oh man, the infinite amount of universes of what could happen this season. Of how that would be the greatest bet of all time.
Oh, that would be awesome.
All right, so yeah.
Imagine the Cowboys. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me.
Yeah, what were you doing?
Imagine they actually make it.
No,
and you're sweating.
That'd be a great sweat. I would put more on the AFC team. Give me more on the AFC team. Kramer, what's the line for the?
Hold on, I'm getting to Terrell, the original problem we were trying to solve.
Oh, can you parlay? Most places.
So
yes.
If you could parlay, this would bring your minus 380 price down to about minus 374. So you I don't know how much you bet, but that could be significant to some. Pacers, Knicks. On now Thursday night, 5:05 here on the West Coast. Pacers up 3-1, back in the Garden. Garden was not fierce to the Pacers the first time around. They're catching 5 this time, up plus 172, 222.5 is the total. Terrell, I assume that you think the Knicks are extending this series one more game.
No, he was a broken man. He's in full reverse jinx mode.
I have said this since the beginning of the series. I would never pick the winner, but I always knew for a fact the series was ending in Indianapolis in 6.
Oh,
because again, if either one of these two teams were up 3-1, and gosh, I was praying it was the Knicks. Neither one of them had the heart to finish the other in 5. But in the same realm, neither team has the heart to extend a series to Game 7 being down like that. It is 100% ending in Indianapolis. The Knicks find out something. They dig into their bag of tricks. Maybe Scott Foster makes an appearance.
Oh, the
and hopefully he
extender.
actually does his job this time. Hopefully he actually does his job this time, because it was a shitty job in game. What was that? Game 3. So, but as of right now, the Knicks are 100% winning this game. The Pacers don't have it in them to finish.
Now, do you take? Because I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks win this game. I'm kind of surprised if they cover. I still like Indiana getting 5 points. Like, they've just been awesome as a dog. They've been awesome on the road. They're going to have a shit ton of confidence going into the Garden. They're not going to be playing scared. Are you laying the 5, Terrell?
Yeah, lay the 5. I think they get it done. Probably a little bit of a sweat. Maybe you want to take it another notch and go for Knicks 1-10. Get some plus money there, because I don't think the Knicks are going to run away from it, because they never make it easy.
No, they don't.
I wish they would, but they never make it easy. So Knicks 1-10, I think, is a very good bet, actually.
The spread has not mattered in this series, Sean.
No. Maybe this is we're due for the spread mattering. Terrell, any props you like for the Knicks Pacers?
Same thing that we've been rolling with. Unfortunately, you take your overs on Cat, you take your overs on Brunson. Even when Cat is the worst.
A little worried about his
world.
knee. He was really letting everyone know he was hurt. A lot of dramatic face. I mean,
that's how he does.
Someone just has to go to him and be like, "Look, dude."
He always does it.
We get it. You're a little banged up. You don't need this laboring. There was a stretch where he barely could get down the court. Next time down, crossover, nice fluid spin to the bucket, finish. It's like, come on, dude. You gotta realize, you gotta look in the mirror here. He doesn't watch the tape. Needs to watch the tape.
So you like the Cat over, and what else, Terrell? Cat over points.
Brunson over.
Brunson over.
Those are the only 2 people that I trust to be able to night in, night out get it done.
Scott, what about you? What do you like in this game? What do you like prop wise?
Yeah, I'm going Indiana money line in this game.
Let's go.
I think for the sake of value, I think the spread is absolutely insane.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to figure out what home court advantage actually means when the Knicks constantly lose games in MSG. It doesn't mean anything. You lost both games at home to start this series. Like, I don't understand why Indiana wouldn't just try to get this team out of there. You could argue that the Knicks have a great effort and they show up. Maybe Cat has a bad knee. He was a bad defender anyway. Now he's on one knee. Brunson can't guard anybody. You can hide one defensive liability. You can't hide 2. It feels like Indiana's getting whatever they want offensively, and the Knicks are relying on Brunson or Cat or even some free throws being involved to keep the game close, try to go on some runs. I still don't think this team can actually guard the Pacers, and now Cat's banged up. All I know is Indiana, I'm going to regret this for the entire postseason run. Every series they've been in has had the exact same script. They win game 1, they win game 2, they lose game 3, they win game 4, they win game 5. It's been the same script for every series.
It is funny.
I'm going for it again, but I think for the value alone, the Knicks should not be laying 5.5 or 4.5, and that's an insane number, especially with Cat being injured now with the knee. And it looked rough. Like, he was limping around. Maybe they'll give him some drugs before game 5, and he'll pretend he doesn't feel anything. But the problem is, I still think Indiana is the better team. That's why I picked them to win the series at plus 125.
Yeah. Good flex there, Scott.
5. Well, I mean, if they blow it, then you can, you know why, you can just blame me for that. But still, I think that 5 is just an insane number for the Knicks, whose second best players are now injured. They can't guard anybody, and Tibbs is still the coach, and they're 0-2 at home in the series. I'll go with the Pacers on the money line.
Scott was reminding
you hurt, you injured, boy.
He was reminding me of a coach just roasting the team, and reminded me of our new drop, courtesy of our good buddy John Gruden. Perfect. It felt like Scott was channeling this.
I want better fucking execution.
It's man, Hard Knocks used to just really. I mean, it used to be.
I want better fucking execution.
They used to show guys getting cut, and then they got soft somewhere. Hard Knocks, Ryan. It was like when they stopped showing the I don't know what the correct term is, but the mentally unwell people on American Idol.
What do you mean, like mentally soft people?
The she bang guys, the people that were really bad at singing. they stopped showing those because people were making fun of them. And on Hard Knocks, they stopped showing people getting cut.
These people are trying their hardest to achieve a dream.
Yeah.
I'm sure being shown on a nationally syndicated television show would be excellent. Who cares if people are making fun of it?
Yeah,
they became famous. That was part of the bit. You get your
William Hung, man. He got his 15 minutes. Scott, any props jumping out at you? I don't think the numbers are up yet.
Just as a teaser, I have an absolute banger of a prop.
Oh, okay, good teaser.
You're gonna want to. Stay
tuned. Don't tune out for Ryan's portion of the episode here. Scott, any props you're looking at here? I was riding TJ McConnell. He came up short tonight, but what are you looking at?
I think I'm going to go with Mitchell Robinson under on his points and rebounds. It feels like they're starting to pivot away from him again, and it kind of pivots to what I like for the past game. What I like again, I've been just all over the Josh Hart rebounds.
Yeah,
he's coming off the bench, and it's been working out. Robinson started, which means nothing because he plays 19 minutes. So Hart is the, I guess, Ginobili of this team, where he's technically not starting, but he's playing every important minute for this team, and they just sit Robinson. Now, you could argue that with Cat being banged up, maybe they'll give Robinson more minutes. I don't think so, because you need to score, and that's why they're going to use Cat out there. But Robinson's points and rebounds now are set at what I think is a very high number at 14.5. And he has scored less than 6 points in every, he scored less than 7 points in every game of the series. And the rebounds have not been great recently. So I like the Mitchell Robinson under on his points and rebounds at about 14.5. Played 19 minutes in a pretty close game today. I just don't see enough minutes. And I also like the Josh Hart rebounds for the next game.
Yeah. What do you think they're going to, cause I'm with you. Josh Hart, I think he gets double-digit rebounds. What do you think his rebounds is going to be at? Like 9.5, 8.5?
Well, I could tell you his prop is at 9.
Okay.
It's at 9.5 plus 120, which I think is a great deal. So I'll take that. His double doubles at plus 260. Had one in the last game, I believe. So.
Yeah, had one tonight. Yeah.
260. Hell yeah, I'll take that. He's gonna play 35 plus minutes. So throw him out there.
That's a fun.
It was his first double of the series. But I agree. Like back against the wall, it's Josh Hart game. All effort. He objectively, I think if you were to go, he got a little bit.
He's my favorite Nick.
He got the raw side of the whistle on a couple of his fouls. And yeah, no, I think the double was on the list of things to do.
Yeah, I'm with you, Scott. I'll take the Hart rebounds over 9.5. Indy +5. I do like the money line there as well, but it feels like if the Knicks win, it's going to be a close game. So I'll take the full 5 points. And then Hart rebounds. Scott nailed it. He's been a machine, and then the Robinson starting has kind of been a mirage, as he pointed out. So I'm with you there on the rebounds. Kramer, what are you doing? Backs against the wall. New York Knicks. What do they do?
Well, I mean, they're obviously going to win. There's 0% chance the NBA is going to let this.
They need one
now.
Game 6.
Well, they
both going to 5.
Yeah, they can't have Indiana and Oklahoma City. I mean, we all joke about the flyover states, but that's
you, Ryan.
That would be an unmitigated disaster. No one would tune in. No one knows who any of these kids are. It just wouldn't be good. I mean, you have Halliburton and SGA. Could the average fan of sports even identify them on the street?
I think now.
SGA has some like unique characteristics. Maybe Halliburton just looks like a dude. I'm just saying. We're at a crossroads.
Like Brunson is. Everyone knows Karl Anthony Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns stands out in a crowd. He is fabulous, Sean.
Well, I do want to ask you though, since you just called Halliburton a dude, does that make the game 4 loss better or worse?
Yeah, let's go, Scott.
You gave up 32, 12, and 15 to a dude. That's probably not a good sign. I'm just saying that's not a good look if you're going to say that Halliburton's nothing special. And he single-handedly murdered your team tonight. That's probably not a good sign.
He's had a good. He's gotten hot. He's gotten hot at the right time. I'll give him that.
I got hot to stretch. He had 20 points, 9 rebounds,
game with no turnovers.
He had 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists in the half. Like, I don't really know how he can do better than that.
Didn't really pop though. It just didn't really pop off the screen. It was more of a Siakam game.
If I looked at TJ McConnell, I think I would look at him like, I think that's TJ McConnell, but I'm not 100% certain. Let me go look him up real quick just to be certain. Oh, yeah, that is TJ McConnell.
Have you ever seen the documentary about the Dream Team and Like them talking about how at one point John Stockton just got out and walked, and like no one recognized him, so he could just like go amongst the crowd. Meanwhile, like Magic walking out into the crowd like a rock star. Anyway, banger prop, Sean.
Yeah.
Fun fact: the Pacers have had an even amount of points in all 4 games this series.
Yeah.
Away team. Even for some reason is -105.
Oh, 18 even points.
I don't know if someone's betting this.
Oh,
we're gonna ride the train 5 straight. Pacers to land on even once again.
All right, let's keep the heater alive. All right, closing it out with a lock and a dog. Kramer, what do you got? Lock and dog. Lock is Knicks -5. Dog is Hartenstein first bucket.
Is it?
That's what you think, but yeah.
Lock, we're gonna parlay the 2 money lines.
Okay, Knicks.
See what I did
OKC
there?
money line. All right.
Series extender parlay.
Okay.
Dog, I like your idea with the Hartenstein.
Okay. Let's get it. And we got Scott. What do you got? Lock and a dog. Something
right.
plus money price.
Yeah, I'll go for something a bit unique for the locks. Actually, play we didn't talk about yet. I do think the Thunder are going to dominate, but that's too easy. I'll go with something a bit different. Give me Anthony Edwards first quarter points. I'll take the over at 6.5. All I know is the last time he no-showed a game, he took 18 shots in the first half. The game after, he better be chucking as soon as he walks on the court. He had 2 shot attempts in the first half. He better be shooting. So I do think Ant, whether they win or lose, as Terrell said before, he thinks Ant shows up. He questions the other guys on the team. I can get behind that. But after recording 2 shots and getting roasted by everybody for the last day or so,
I like the angle.
Ant better take 10 shots in the first quarter of this game. So give me Ant over on a 6.5 points as my lock for the first quarter. Trying to just quickly see the odds on that one. Once again, I said I was going to get a bit unique with it, so why not? Thought it was fun.
I like that.
But I can find Anthony Edwards over 6.5 points in the first quarter, available at -132. So I'll take that as my lock. For my dog, I mentioned it before. He technically does not start, but he's going to play a ton of minutes. Give me Josh Hart double at +260. The comparison I made before was Ginobili, not because of play style. Ginobili is clearly the better player, but the point is he doesn't start technically, but he's playing 35 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So Mitchell Robinson starting doesn't actually mean anything. But Hart's going to be on the court the entire game. We know he's a massive hustle guy. He'll attack the rim. Maybe the refs call a bunch of flurry fouls while he's going to the rim. Who knows? But I do think that +260 is a great price for Hart, who has had double-digit rebounds constantly in the series. The points are always in and out, but maybe the refs help out. Give me the over on Hart points to basically wrap up the double-double here. Give me the double-double for Josh Hart as my dog at +260.
Swap that in for me.
Okay,
that's a better dog. Also, you didn't let me give out my first bucket for the Knicks game. That's going to be Miles Turner.
Okay,
+950.
Miles Turner +950. All right. Terrell
offering 3 dogs. If people want.
Furman.
By the way, quick question. Sorry.
Yes.
Every time I'm on the show, I see Kramer giving out a money line parlay. Is this a running bit or is this pure coincidence?
No, it's he's turned into a dub clubber, Scott. This is the long con where Ryan will announce his dub club any day now. He only does it for you, Scott. It's very funny.
I just wasn't sure if that was a running joke or not.
No, it should be. But no, it's just Ryan's touty nature. He's intimidated by you, Scott, because you're very sharp, and so he's got to counter it with. Look, he's blushing. He's
where were we?
He's embarrassed of his money line parlay.
My dub club came up in my life recently.
Really?
I forget what it was. Carry on.
Terrell, what do you like, lock and dog? And Adam Osimo in the chat saying Terrell last time took OKC money line SGA 30 points, or maybe it was that Scott. I feel like that was Scott.
That was me.
And I know because I played the SGA over 31.5, and Scott had the SGA 30 plus points and money line
31 exactly.
Yeah. So I know because I was on the bad side of it.
I just remember because I'm still salty because I also had Josh Hart rebounds with the Knicks to win, and they of course had the game 1 situation.
Oh my God.
So that's why
that was crazy.
I didn't sweep that episode, but yeah, I definitely had. I was like -104, I think, when I took that in game 1.
Terrell, what are you doing here? What do you like?
You want to guess what my lock is?
Ooh. New York Knicks.
No way.
No, he'll do OKC.
Yeah.
He doesn't mess with that devil Knicks.
I think it actually is the Knicks. He said going in, no team is going to close this out before 6. I think he's doubling down. I think he's going Knicks.
Yeah. Or Nick's series price if he's a real if he really wanted to win some money. What are you doing here, Terrell?
Well, Robert in the chat said he's getting an SGPN tramp stamp if the Knicks win the series. So I'm not putting anything else on the series. That is enough action on the series for me, by the way.
Let it ride.
The Knicks win the series. That's enough for me. But it's actually Adam was talking about it. Give me SGA 30+ points and OKC money line. Get this done. I think that's the most logical way that this ends. SGA, quote unquote foul merchant, has his game, and OKC gets him up out of there. It's -130, a little bit of juice, but I still like it. I took SGA 30+ in a win, and I actually did debate just taking the points prop in the win, and then I thought about how that game ended, and I'm like, yeah, let's not play that game again. So I'll just take the -130 there. For the dog, I trust Brunson. May not trust a lot of other people, but I trust Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, 35+ points, +185.
Okay.
He was he had a look at the end of this game.
Sad?
It wasn't sad.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't sad.
We gotta find that.
It was like the look that John Wick has before
right
he's about
after
to
they
go
killed his dogs.
kill a bunch of people. Yeah.
Let's see. For me, lock up the. I'll do the Thunder. OKC -8.5, and then Scott's onto it. I like the heart double or the heart. I like the heart rebounds, but I also like the double +260. That's a good angle there, Scott.
How does he not get that? Misses free throws.
No, he'll get. He
missed some point blank shit down.
He hit a 3 too. So I think that hits. Good times, gentlemen. Thanks for hopping on the old podcast. Check out Scott Reichel and Terrell Furman, NBA Gambling Podcast and WNBA Gambling Podcasts. Terrell also with the what is the your Betting Pros podcast? Terrell, toss that out for people. Fast break bets. I was going to say fast break points, but fast break bets. And Scott also does the MLB and the tennis gambling podcast. So if you're listening to SGPN show, statistically, there's a good chance Scott is hosting it. Follow him on X at Reichel Radio. Follow Terrell at ReallyRel _. Kramer, what do we got coming up? We got
Kramer Centric
at Kramer Centric at Sean T Green for me at Gambling Podcasts. We got our buddy CJ talking Game of the Year.
Not only will we be talking Game of the Year with CJ tomorrow, aka Wednesday, we will also be talking about Terry Bradshaw's latest comments on Aaron Rodgers. Quote, that guy needs to stay in California, go somewhere and chew on bark, whisper to the gods out there.
Wow.
Okay. Terry fired up.
Joy, I was dying laughing because Joy Taylor went on this rant about who does Aaron Rodgers think he is, not showing up to Steelers OTA. I mean, he hasn't even
the guy who's not under contract
Steelers.
Doesn't.
I mean, I get it. I find him annoying with the drama. I compared him to Taylor Swift, like stringing along what his next team's going to be in his big reveal and dropping hints and clues. I get it. There's a lot of things you can kill Rodgers for, but to kill him for not showing up for a team he's not on the roster for, I also didn't show up to Steelers OTA.
He's a vet not going to the voluntary stuff. And then we have UFL later in the week, probably with a little college baseball. And no, I'm told that shit's going on right now. And if you're a Patreon, we're doing Sean versus UFL Jeff.
Very fun
this week with Colby. If you're not a Patreon, great time to sign up.
Yeah, and we have the weekly pick'em contest where you can win $100, the exclusive merch, access to all the pick sheets where everything's written down. Good times over there. What do you got, Terrell?
I think like you guys doing Sean versus UFL Jeff for Patreon is like, I feel like Patreon is like way back in time, like we're talking about like, oh, that happened like last year. You're recapping what happened. Like we were all there. We were all there.
Was it 2 years ago?
It might have been. It might have been 2 years. No, it was last year.
I feel
but
like more time has to go by before you have that episode.
No. It's we're just doing a forensic files look.
I found all my emails too, and my text messages, which I will read on air.
Well, I've also, I also think that might be maybe some journalism in the near future.
Ooh, stay tuned for that. And shout out to the chat, Robert Martin. Thanks from Canada, fellas.
Whoa,
John checking in. Great show, guys. Stu, thanks, guys. Appreciate everyone.
So Robert Martin, 5 stars with the tariffs. That is a brave man.
There you go.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the Money Greenies, Ryan.
Probably converts to 6 stars up there.
Kramer, let it ride.
I'm wet.